Hey, what's up guys? Radku here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today is going to be Abyss Actors. Now, I'm kind of on a pendulum streak here. I'm thinking about doing Odd Eyes tomorrow. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So, this deck has a pretty cool gimmick of if your spells get destroyed by opponent's card effects, then you can activate super powerful effects. Like I'm talking draw 5 cards, talking like some crazy stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for the monsters, I'm playing 3 copies of Abyss Actor Superstar. Now this card is actually really good. It's one of your starters. You contribute an Abyss Actor monster, then target an Abyss script in your spell or Abyss script spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So that's really good. So all of these are Abyss scripts and this one. But basically this helps you recur your powerful effects, and you want these to be sent to the graveyard. So yeah, 3 copies of that. It's pretty good. 3 copies of Abyss Actor Mellow Madonna. Now, this card is also really good, especially since it's a scale 0, and scale 0 cards are pretty hard to come by nowadays. So, basically, it has a decent effect where if for one, when a pendulum monster is destroyed, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if an abyss spell or Abyss Script spell is activated, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Abyss Actor Pendulum monster, but return it to the hand at the end phase. But if you use it for like Link plays or even Xyz plays, you don't have to return it to the hand. So that's pretty good. And again, it's a scale 0, and you can pay 1,000 life points, add an Abyss Actor monster from your deck to your hand, except Mellow Madonna, and then you can just pendulum summon it immediately. So that's really good. Then I play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Wild Hope. Now this card is really good. Like it's like very maneuverable. Basically what it can do is you can target an Abyss Actor in your pendulum zone, and its scale becomes 9 until the end phase. So you can even, like, say you had Mellow Madonna and this in your hand, you can even target itself, and its scale becomes 9, because it says target 1 Abyss card in your other pendulum zone. Sorry. So yeah, you can target any of your other ones and then make it a scale 9, and all the Abyss Actors are level 8 or lower, so that's really good. Um, oops. Well, ignore that. You already saw that. Then I play 2 copies of Abyss Actor Extras. Now, this card, if you control a monster, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum Zone. It's a once per turn effect, but it's still pretty good. It reminds me of, Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. If you control no monsters, you can special summon it from your Pendulum Zone, but it's a once per duel versus a once per turn, so it's pretty good. Then I play 1 copy of Abyss Actor Evil Heal. Really, the only reason I play it is because it is a 3k beater, plus its effect allows you to add an Abyss, or to lower the attack of 1 card on the field for each Abyss Actor you currently control, which is really good. And then you can send an Abyss script from your deck to the graveyard if it destroys a monster by battle. Then we play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Sassy Rookie, which this card is probably your best card in the deck. So if an Abyss Actor would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card in your Pendulum Zone instead, and then you can actually special summon it back really easily. And then the first time it would be destroyed, it's not destroyed, and then if it eventually is destroyed, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Abyss Actor from your deck. And if this card is in your Pendulum Zone and it's destroyed, target a level 4 or lower monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So this card is really good, especially in combination with Wild Hope. You can set this and Wild Hope, make this scale 9, so that way you can pendulum summon super easily, and you can destroy a monster on the you can save destruction, and um, it can destroy opponent's monsters too. So 3 copies of this absolutely mandatory. 2 copies of Abyss Actor Twinkle Little Star. This card is good because it can turn any monster on your field into a Vision Hero Trinity without the 5,000 attack points. So this card is actually really good. It allows you to allow a monster to attack 3 times. Plus, it's a scale 9. You can only pendulum summon Abyss Actors, but it doesn't really matter because it has a good pendulum effect either way. Plus, all your monsters are Abyss Actors, so it doesn't really matter. Then I play 2 copies of Abyss Actor Trendy Understudy. So when you pendulum summon a monster, you can add a level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So you can add a ton of your normal Abyss Actors plus these 2, the Abyss Actor extras. So this card's pretty good. And if you have 2 Abyss Actors in your Pendulum Zone, you can tribute this card, special summon a level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your hand, or face up from your extra deck. So this card is best used when it's summoned to the field instead of being set in your Pendulum Zone, but you can still use it for Pendulum Plays since it's a scale 8, which is pretty good. Then I play 1 copy of Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. This card is basically just a free special summon. You want to see this in your opening hand, definitely. Like, this card is your best play starter. And this is a 1 card Hyperconductor, which, yeah, we'll get into that when we get to it. So we have 20 monsters. It's not going to have the same issue as my Magispector deck, but it does combo well, surprisingly, even though it doesn't see much play competitively. So then we play 2 copies of Abyss Actor Abysstainment. So the thing about the Abyss script cards is that they have dual effects. So one effect is when they're destroyed by card effects, and the other effect is when it's activated. So this one, you can tribute 1 Abyss Actor monster, then target 1 Abyss script in your graveyard, set it on the field, and then it's a hard twice per turn. Then if this set card in your opponent or in the owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster on in your extra deck, you can special summon any number of Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your deck. So you see how when they're destroyed, their abilities are so overpowered. So this can summon any number of them from your deck, and that is amazing. You can 1 card Boral Sword. It's really, really good. Then I play 2 copies of Abyss Actor Opening Ceremony. You gain 500 life points for each Abyss Actor you control, and if this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and you have a face-up Abyss Actor in your extra deck, you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. This is a free 5 cards. Like, it's so overpowered. Like, it's just impossible to grasp how OP these cards are. And that's the only reason Abyss Actors even saw a little bit of play, is because their spell cards are so broken. So special summon any number from the extra deck, or from your main deck, and special summon draw 5 cards. Cards that allow you to draw 2 cards are considered overpowered, but drawing 5 cards is crazy. Then I play 2 copies of Abyss Script Romantic Terror. Return 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster to your hand, and if you do special summon from your extra deck in defense position, 1 face-up Abyss Actor monster with a different name. So then its destruction effect is, if this set card, blah blah blah, owner's control, and face up in your extra deck, you can set any number of Abyss scripts directly from your deck. Keep in mind, any number. Like, it's so crazy. And they don't have to be different names. So you can set all 3 or 2 of those and you can set your other Abyss scripts. This one's pretty good too. Then we play 3 copies of your field spell, Abyss Playhouse Fantastic Theater. You can reveal 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster and 1 Abyss script spell in your hand, and then add 1 Abyss script spell from your deck to your hand with a different name than the revealed spell card. While this card isn't, while you control a Pendulum Abyss Actor monster, you can any monster effects activated by your opponent becomes destroy 1 set spell card. So basically, you turn all your opponent's card effects into destroy 1 set spell card. So anytime they would activate an effect, they would instantly destroy 1 of your Abyss scripts. Plus, you get to add 1 to your hand. This is like the main component that turns the gears of this whole deck. And I'd suggest playing 1 terraforming and maybe even throwing another field spell in and playing set rotation, because this card is amazing. Like, words can't describe how good this card is. Then we play 1 copy of Abyss script Rise of the Abyss King. Target 1 face up, or target on the field. Target face-up cards on the field up to the number of attack position Abyss Actor monsters with different names you control, and then destroy them. So if you have a full field, you can basically either destroy all your opponent's back row or all your opponent's monsters. And if you control a level 7 or higher Abyss monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. So if you control any of these 3, this one, or yeah, that's it. But if you control any of those, then your opponent, it makes it spell speed, whatchamacallit, spell speed 4, which means your opponent, like if they have a Savage Dragon, they can't respond to it, which is so powerful. Like, words cannot describe how good this is. And I would play 1 more copy of Evil Heal too, just so that you can have more options when it comes to your level 8s. But yeah, this card is really, really good. Then we play 3 copy. Oh wait, I forgot to read the destruction effect. And if this set card, blah blah blah, face up in your extra deck, you can add up to 2 Abyss Actors or Abyss script spells from your with different names from your deck to your hand. So all in all, this would actually be a super powerful control deck revolving around, of course, your Playhouse. But yeah, this is a pretty good card, and its normal effect is probably better than your destruction effect. So keep that in mind. This is a really easy card to activate too. Then we play 3 copies of Ignite Reload. This is a card that I'm saying you should play in every one of your Pendulum decks, because the Ignite archetype kind of sucks. It's a bunch of normal Pendulum monsters, but this card is just so freaking good. So you can return cards to your from your face-up extra deck to the deck, and then draw cards equal to the number, but you can't activate draw spells for the rest of the turn, which doesn't really matter because we don't play any other draw spells other than opening ceremony. But for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, so you can activate this first, and it's so crazy. Like, it doesn't. This card is, if Pendulums ever get more expensive, then this card is going to skyrocket in price. Then I played 3 copies of Super Poly. Excuse me. So you can summon. I play 2 Starving Venoms in the extra deck instead of playing like Mud Dragon, because I just personally like Starving Venom better. Plus, if worse comes to worse, you can always just use your normal your monsters to summon it out. So yeah. Then I play 2 copies of Solemn Judgment. I have both the arts in here. You just see one Halo disappear. But this card just pretty good counter trap. I would get rid of 1 Super Poly because we only play 2 Starving Venom, and add like any of your Abyss scripts. Add another one of them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. I don't know why this deck isn't competitive. This deck is really good, and it's super combo oriented too. Like, sure, it does rely on your field spell, but so does Mystic Mine. So yeah, I would suggest adding 1 terraforming to this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. We are now heading to the extra deck. We play 3 copies of Hyperconductor, because this is the new Link monster for the deck. You can target 1 card in your Pendulum Zone, special summon it, then place 1 Abyssector Pendulum monster with a different name from your deck, or face up extra deck to the Pendulum Zone. And then you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Abyss Actors. Now this is basically just a free special summon. This is Curtain Raiser on steroids. Like, this card is like super powered. So basically, let's say you summon this card out, and you had like one of your Abyss Actors in your Pendulum Zone. You can summon it out, then summon out your Wild Hope, and then make your other card a scale 9, and then summon out your entire hand from there, which is really good. And we don't have any other like extra deck monsters for Abyss Actors, so I played generics: Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Cerberus. Again, my tech option for everything is Saryuja Skulldread, because this deck doesn't really limit to dark monsters, but it does limit to only Pendulum summoning Abyss Actors, but that doesn't really matter. Bortle Sword for OTKs, Gravity Controller just as a generic Link monster to play, Abyss Dweller, Tornado Dragon, Utopia Package, which is okay. You're not really going to use this that often, because you don't have a crap ton of level 4s, but you do have good enough to where you can summon this card out pretty easily. And then 2 Starving Venoms. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you thought, and do you think there's ways that I could make this deck better? Because I'm actually thinking about buying this deck, and this deck is super, super powerful. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Peace.